Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. And for today's segment of Honest J. Nowak, let's talk a little bit about this next subject I have in line, simulators. And as a result, I guess I would have a lot to talk about anyways, because as you know, virtual reality is in fact in full swing. And there are in fact a lot of things that I've already noticed out there. From the obvious things out there, including Beat Saber, which is probably one of the best VR games that we currently got, to tons of other unique examples of virtual reality based games out there. Because the thing is, we've come so far since Nintendo basically flopped with the VR32, otherwise known as the Virtual Boy. But looking at what we've had the past 25 years, we've really gotten somewhere with all this new VR related equipment. But the thing is, simulators were a whole nother thing, because if you're very familiar with the concept of a simulator based attraction over at such parks including Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, and Cedar Point, pretty much, simulator based attractions are those where you ride in a car that's situated on a large robotic arm or something of the sort that allows you to move in different ways with a projection in front of you showing a certain film of some sort that the ride car will react to. And there are a ton of unique examples of this, including Star Tours and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, just to name a few. Even though that was kind of more of, well, a roller coaster sort of thing out there, it tended to act a lot like a simulator with a bunch of live effects all around you. But the Wizarding World of Harry Potter inside the Hogwarts castle was quite an amazing ride nonetheless. One of the only unique simulators to have live sets for the most part. And the thing is that there's tons of other unique examples out there. I could also talk about the many rides that happen to simulate the sort of arcade-style shooting galleries, including Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin and Men in Black Alien Attack, as well as a DC-based attraction over at Six Flags Great America back in Illinois, which I've actually been on at least once. It has been a while since the last time I went there, though, so I don't really know much else to say about that. But overall, simulators sure are indeed a great attraction, kind of not as costly as well, as opposed to maybe a gigantic building related ride with a huge 3D based set that's actually crafted by hand. I mean, sure, those rides can pretty much be some of the best in the business, but when you take a look at simulators and screens and all that good stuff, if you remember when King Kong transformed from Kongfrontation to Kong Skull Island, the Reign of Kong, pretty much, to basically cash in on the new film at the time, which was Kong Skull Island, that basically had little to no things relating to live sets, apart from an animatronic Kong at the very end of the ride. Skull Island was indeed. I feel like it was quite a big step up from just nothing but screens, but it still did act kind of the same way as the 360 3D version of the ride back in Hollywood, in a way. So overall, simulators sure have given us an edge onto what we could possibly get from going a little cheaper on the effects. But not all of us are pretty much satisfied by this kind of new shift in technology. A lot of us would want to have some of the practical effects back, but that would be very difficult to pull off. Seeing as what had been accomplished before, it was very costly and it required a ton of maintenance and a lot of other work. Jaws and Confrontation kind of moved on to rides like The Simpsons and, well, a few others here and there. So, we'll miss them for sure. But that's pretty much going to cut it here. And, well, I still have a little ways before, guess what? A new crossover is on the way. So, I feel like if you're marathoning here, and I'm sorry if it sounds very repetitive and redundant by me mentioning the crossover again and again and again, but, I mean, not everyone's probably known about this yet, so that's just kind of what that's all about. So that's just it for today, though. I expect a lot of new things to come out for the next week or so. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.